tight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by BlackRifleCoffee.com. We're back. Here we are. 1 year away from the Roaring 20s. It's nice, isn't it? For anybody watching the video show at home, I got my Vandenham 2020 shirt on here. Whoa, whoa. From Lead by Iron. These things were fucking awesome. This is a nice way to close out the year. How you feeling, Japes?
I feel good.
Jabraham Lincoln? Feel good?
I feel good.
You ready to make some bathtub gin for the Roaring 20s next year?
I will not be going to your Great Gatsby party.
Ah, you should, though. You should.
Can't wait for all those boomerangs from the gals. Roaring 20s.
You know that's going to happen.
Gatsby party.
Yeah. Yep.
Flapper girl.
You know that's going to happen, right?
Does anyone have an extra flapper dress? They're all out on Amazon because every single person is having a Great Gatsby party.
So if you're a basic bitch, you should probably go and order it now, right?
Yeah. You should definitely get all of your stuff for your Great
They
Gatsby
will be
party
sold
in order.
The fuck out. By what? I would say November.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. They may already be sold out. Because when those girls go for it, forget it.
You know there's going to be prohibition parties, all that shit. Like,
sure.
They're really, really going to do it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Lots of finger waves.
Ooh.
Lots of the band right here. Anyway, what?
New year, new me.
Really?
New year, new donkey. No, not really.
Not really?
Nah, not really. You know, I'm going to get rid of this stash finally after I lost the bet to D'Anthony Holloway on Drinking Bros Sports that I was going to be Prefontaine all year. I'm going to keep the blonde, I think.
Yeah. Well,
just to grow it out, but I might go. This might be my Point Break year.
What's that mean?
My Swayze year.
Okay.
Yeah, I might. If you can pull up an image of Swayze, not you, but anyone else who has a computer.
If you don't have that image in your mind already,
2019,
you have a problem. I can see it vividly.
If you can't pull up
Bodie right now,
Swayze's character of Bodie from Point Break. Well, you're just not an American. What if I did that? How hard would that be to go? Because here's the thing. I've got the length now. I've got the blonde now. Would I need to get like a half perm? How did he do it? How did he get the curls in that?
Does he have curls or a body wave?
It appears to be a body wave.
It's a wave.
Yes.
You know, I think.
What does that require for a gentleman such as myself to get a body wave Swayze?
You could just straight up get a body wave.
So you go in, explain the process to the audience and myself, because I've never even heard of this.
So it's a perm basically, but with a bigger rod. So with perms, the rods are about, if you're watching the video show, the size of my didge.
Yeah.
A finger. A little didge.
Your phalange.
My phalange. So it makes a really tight curl. And then the bigger the rods, the bigger the wave.
How long does it last?
As long as you're perm. But the other thing you can do, which I think Swayze did, which was you just don't really wash your hair and you're in the ocean all the time, or you're putting saltwater spray in your hair all the time.
I don't have time for that.
And it gets that like very dried out, lots of body.
He did
a little bit of a wave.
I think he did a body wave. I can't imagine. Like
he had to like learn how to surf, right?
He did, yeah. And look, Swayze took his shit real seriously.
So he was in the water.
He was.
That was a sun-kissed color.
No.
That was a sea salt wave.
Bullshit.
I don't know.
Pull up the photo of Swayze in Point Break. It was dyed, and he had a fucking body wave. Now that I know what this is, that's exactly what he got.
I'm sure it was a little bit dyed, or he just peroxide and tan.
I might do it just to do it. Margie could probably do it, right?
Yeah.
She was the one. So when I lost the Super Bowl bets 2 years ago on my beloved Falcons, I went in to see a lady that you're friends with, Margie, over at Brush Salon. She did my perm. She could do a body wave, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a perm. Like I said, it's the same principles.
Does it stink like that?
Yeah.
Oh, Christ.
It's the same principles, except for you just, you don't get that tight spiral.
All right. Yeah, maybe I'll go Swayze for 2019, see how it shakes out. It'd be nice. Here's what I did love about the perm, Jessie, is it would be really nice again to just wake up and just be like, yeah, there's my hair.
Right.
Yeah, there we go. Another day, you know? Or just jump in the shower. That's what I used to do with the perm. And then boom, you're out the door. Not put any product in it, not put any bullshit in it, and just, it's my life. See ya.
Yeah, so that would be a balayage color, perm, and just letting your hair grow out.
Great. I'm 2 out of 3. I've already done. So I might as well
knock yourself out.
Go the distance.
Have fun. Try out different stuff. You know what I mean? You don't really have a look.
I don't really.
You don't really have a look that people could be like, oh, that's Ross. Like if they were to, draw a cartoon of you.
Yeah.
What would that be?
Well, there's one for the video show, and I think that's probably the closest, I guess.
The boots,
Since I was a kid. Well, here's the thing. I've always been a backwards hat type of dude where it's just like, hey, for as long as I can remember, like fucking 4th grade or 5th grade, backwards hat, just, just real chill, just mad chill, dog.
Yeah, we know all about what you really are.
And yeah, I mean, just super Chad.
Just to Chad out. Just to Chad in a room full of Brads.
But that's kind of my jam. So my parents have gotten used to, look, I'm being in the biz for this long, doing so many movies. They're like, man, I don't know what you're going to look like. When they showed up at Christmas, they were not shocked whatsoever. I didn't even think they brought it up. Of like, hey, you've got blonde hair and a black mustache.
No. There was no even discussion.
No. And the surprise on people's faces when I'm just so open about it is also what's hilarious to me.
Open about what?
Just about the whole shit. So we were at a bowl game party, and somebody was just like, hey, man, like another dude. Because dudes are afraid to ask other dudes about like grooming and shit like that. We talk about it on the show all the time, so we get a lot of sponsors.
Right.
Same on Drinking Bros, where somebody was like, man, I'd like to grow a mustache like that. Did you dye it black? Like whispered it to me, Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, man, I don't have a black mustache. Like,
right.
Fuck off.
Right.
Probably brown.
Right.
But for Steve Prefontaine, it needed to be black, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, shit, what did you use? And I was like, this fucking shit off the TV, man. Just for men.
Just for men.
Yeah.
Right.
Just got that. How long did it take? 5 minutes. Shit took 5 minutes. Pop it on and you're good to go.
Right.
Boom, black mustache.
Mm-hmm.
Gone out the door. Gonna miss it a little bit when it's gone.
Right.
But I think other dudes should open up with other dudes and say, hey, I don't really give a fuck. I think that's the beauty of me too. Where it's just like, yeah. It's blonde. Yeah, I got a fucking perm yesterday. Who cares?
Yeah, girls are pretty open about it.
They are.
I think, to where you're just like, oh yeah, you always need to wax the mustache. Don't ever think that you're the one gal that doesn't have a mustache. Do you know what I mean? Because you are.
Yeah.
Just give it a little wax.
Dudes, it's more of like a whisper process of like, hey, man.
Yeah. Hey. Girls are a lot more open.
Yeah.
If they're cool.
I had another guy at a Christmas party, maybe a couple weeks before that, was just like, hey, man, thinking about, he's gray. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking about coloring up. I was like, you should, dude. Talk about it on the show all the time. Color up, man.
Right.
He's a younger look. If you have a younger looking face, color up.
Exactly.
Color up. But it depends on how young you look. And I would ask around, Like if people tell you have a boyish grin or, oh, you've got, a boyish face, cool. Mm-hmm. And you go gray, you can color up.
But if those same guys asked a girl, we would say, do not color up. So it's kind of like a, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, because I asked his wife.
So
his wife was with him. I said, hey, what do you think of it? She's like, I like the salt and pepper. I'd rather have it like that. And I'm like, Especially if you're working around other dudes, The first thing dudes go after is the gray. Where it's just like, oh, yeah. Whether they say, hey, what's up, old man? You old sack of shit. You old fucking dick burglar.
Wow.
And you're just like, all right, cool.
All right.
I've heard those in circles, but look, I don't have any gray, so I don't have a fucking problem. But everybody else does.
Everybody else does. But you're one of those that just
unicorn.
Yep.
Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect physique. Nothing is wrong with me whatsoever.
Yep.
No, I'm kidding. Gotta really pack them on after the holidays. I always do.
I think everybody does. We don't need to.
No, but we're on a camera show, where it's on video, where you're just like, boy, oh boy.
But we're also real.
Man.
We're real people.
Yeah. No, yeah. Look, I don't give a shit. I talk about it all the time.
Celebs.
Yeah. They're just like us.
We're just like you.
By the way, speaking of celebrities, they found Spacey.
Where?
Baltimore, Maryland. Yeah, think about that. Really, really digest that.
So not a weird island or France or anything like this.
So yet again, the fake news. Can the fucking news get anything right? I mean, dead serious. Can they get just one goddamn thing right this year? That's my wish for 2019. Just get one goddamn thing right this year. That's it. Just one. Because this story came out on New Year's Eve, and they found him in Baltimore, Maryland. I remember because we did a show about it. What, a month ago?
In plain sight.
We did it was about a month ago. Where it was like, oh, he's in France, or he's overseas, or he's out of the. No, he was in Baltimore.
How did nobody see him in Baltimore though? Out at the store or something.
Great question. There's been rumors that it was him, and I guess an assistant or an old manager. And even that they got wrong. I guess his manager's been hanging out with him. His old manager has been shopping for him and all that other shit. He looks a little, and this is fucked up, like the news. Whoever caught this guy, they were like, oh, he looked unkempt and out of shape. Well, if you were living and you couldn't leave your fucking house for a year, I'm sure they probably got the best of him at that point. But there was rumors, I guess, that he was there in this Baltimore thing, and it's some rich. It was a $6 million. It looks like a condo or a townhouse, but it's on the water.
Oh,
it's rather odd looking.
Okay.
When you see it, you'll be like, oh, it looks like a gigantic houseboat full of condos. Where you're just like, that just kind of sits on the water right there. So
he's in the weirdest.
Yes.
Looking.
Yeah. I mean, have you been to Baltimore?
No.
I have. Not spectacular. So if you were going to hide out,
other than the wire, I have no reason to visit.
No,
except for to be like, oh, that was the house where they broke in and shot those prostitutes.
They have great crab. That's about it.
Okay.
Yeah, but Baltimore itself, and then once it got dropped, I was like, if you are going to hide out, Baltimore's a good place to do it. Fuck.
Yeah. Again, in plain sight.
Well, they didn't go outside, but
right, but you're hiding in a. In the U.S.
Yeah, weird though. I would have thought. I mean, he's so famous in the U.S. I would have thought a neighbor or somebody would have outed him, or
right? Did you really did not leave at all? And that is
apparently not,
crazy.
Man. Because look, if Kevin Spacey walks outside in America, especially in a rich ass fucking, I guess there's only 86 residents or something like that. Everybody knows Kevin Spacey.
That and if they move Kevin Spacey into a place, someone's gonna know, someone's gonna talk. There's got to be a rich busybody around there.
Crazy, right?
A Susan.
Crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
So allegedly, there has been people who've been chattering about it, but nothing was confirmed, and they did ask the manager a few months back, hey, can you confirm anything that's happening? That he's been in Baltimore. He's like, come on, man. Why would he be in Baltimore? Great response where you're just like, all right, great, yeah. Because when you think
Good
about
job.
it, the same thoughts went through my head. Yeah. Why would Spacey be in Baltimore? So he bought a $6 million place on the water. He's been there. They found him. And he knew, like, I guess he went out for, once he was exposed of where he was at. And it was the UK Daily Mail. Those motherfuckers are everywhere. They're the only real news, I think.
Yeah. That and TMZ, right?
Yes.
Which is so sad.
I know.
But
so
the amount of sources they have to check.
Oh, boy. It's crazy, right?
Yeah, but.
So they found him. Spacey went out for the day and was just like, all right, I'm found. Fuck you guys. He went to Domino's Pizza. Ordered wait. This story gets better. He orders a cheese pizza, medium.
Sure.
And drives down maybe like a mile or two away, parks. The Daily Mail car parks. He gets out of the car and he gives the guy a pizza and he says, hey, man, I know you're just doing your job. Stay warm. Happy New Year's. And gave the guy the fucking pizza. Now, they're filming him the whole time, right?
Right.
He's got a hat on, a trucker hat. That was cool. Like, it wasn't like a cheesy one.
Yeah.
And the hat just said retired since 2017, which is when he got outed. The brass on this guy is...
And then that fucking video.
Yeah.
He's almost just like, yeah. But he always has been like that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I like fucking boys, and I take them with me everywhere. Try and out me. Nobody did.
The brass.
Nobody did.
Well,
it was
Anthony Rapp did. So
what?
The actor. He was the one who set this whole chain off.
I'm just saying, for that many years, do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
He's had the brass of like, he would go to parties with young boys and a harem of them and be like, yep, I'm Spacey. Is anyone going to say anything about me being gay in the media or otherwise? No.
So I
would tell people that we knew, like friends.
Sure.
And they're like, no way.
Yeah.
There's no way Spacey's gay. And I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
How is it that nobody knows? It was the best kept secret. So as far as brass, he's had it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So he goes into his house afterwards, right?
Right.
And it appears he's on like maybe the third or fourth floor of this place, whatever it is, right? And his windows, like there's blinds. And I don't know if they got a drone. I don't know how they got this shot into the place. Because they would have had to go on out over the water.
Yeah.
And then shot in like,
drone
I don't know. He's inside his house watching himself on CNN.
That's a great shot.
It is. And it's on, like, if you go to, any news outlet now they've ran with it where it's just like, holy shit, Spacey's just watching news stories about himself on CNN.
There's a couple ways to go with this, right? Where you can either shrivel up, die, kill yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, kill yourself after everybody, what they're saying about you, whatever. Or you can just fucking take the ride and just be like, well, we'll see.
Well, he's getting
paparazzi
arraigned.
Pizza. I'll do all these things and let's see what happens.
His arraignment is January 7th. They've asked for him not to have to be there for the arraignment. There's been no decision on that yet, but he could be back in court here in a week, so we'll see. But the brass. It's the brass on this guy that's phenomenal, man.
Right? And I don't condone what he did.
No, but again, it's crazy.
What would you do? How would you, you just got to think, what did Lauer do? He went to some island, I think.
I don't know. I haven't seen Lauer.
I heard Lauer is gone.
Gone, yeah.
Yeah, and he is living on some weird island and is just like, which I think is what I would do.
If I'm that rich,
true or not.
Yeah. If I'm that rich, I'd probably Bahamas it or something.
And just that's the problem though too, because you don't want to be by yourself in your thoughts either.
Yeah.
You need to have good people around you. What am I thinking of? The AVICCI doc, I guess. But you got to have.
We're going to get to that after
we definitely will.
The break. I love that thing.
You got to have good people around you that aren't getting paid. That's another one. Yeah. And just a sounding board and just figure your shit out, I guess. If you're not a pedophile and a fucking rapist. You know what I mean?
Of course,
if if it's Matt Lauer type stuff, if it's, you know, even Spacey's a bit much even, but what would you do? I think I would do the island.
Man, Matt Lauer was getting
family.
what, 27 million a year, something crazy. I'd buy a fucking Bahamas place at that point and just be like, fuck it.
Yeah, what do you have to do at that point? I mean,
I don't know. Like that age,
the wife's gone for sure, and so make sure you can see your kids, and then other than that, just fucking get cornrows. You know, I mean, Lauer can obviously, but I could. Right, and you would, and I have. I don't know if you would do it again. Actually, boy, that was painful. The pain. It was painful. You know, pop a couple pills. I'm fine, but whatever. I think you did, and I think you had. No, I didn't actually. Think you had a pill and you had all those coconut drinks. No, it was the I had the coconut drinks. Yeah, I didn't have any good time after Sally's. No, not to my knowledge. No, I think it was like give me a Sally. No, I didn't have any good time Sally's on that one. Okay, I think I just rode out that pain, but whatever. What else? Let's get to the sponsors, shall we? We got a big show today, kicking off the new year. Before the Roaring 20s come through. Yeah, you're welcome. Flapper! Where's your flapper dress? First and foremost, talking about BlackRifleCoffee.com. They are our chief sponsor for all of 2019 again. Thanks. Super stoked. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Love Black Rifle Coffee more than life itself. They got K-Cups. They got bags. They're made with the hands of veterans, so you know it's good coffee. Their subscription of the month is the greatest thing on the planet. And if you're not a member, start your year off right and get it. I can promise you, just saving yourself the 45 minutes, the in and out of Costco, which is $4 cheaper. So you might as well get Black Rifle Coffee anyways. Just have it shipped to your house. It's so fucking easy. A bunch of amazing blends. Look, and they've got their end of the year tees and sweatshirt deals on sale right now for January. Like, hey, get it while it's hot. Let's go to blackriflecoffee.com. Type in the promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off. It's a one-time use, but a great time use. Next up, we've got ghostbed.com/drinking-bros. Sleep so good it's scary, Javes. Sorry, I'm looking for crime. I'm looking at my crime corner. Oh, did you just tip the audience off that there's going to be a crime corner today? Stay tuned. I'm doing my hard-hitting. I've done a bunch of research. I'm just doing the last little bit of it right now. Yeah, you bet. Your computer's working. That's a new thing. It's real. It's shoddy. It's real touch and go. Yeah, I bet it is. A lot of tinfoil plugged into that. Carry on. What? Carry on as if you're over my banter. No, get to the sponsors. They're important. Yes, they are. Ghostbed.com/drinking-bros. Start your year off with a new mattress. That's the biggest and best purchase you could make for your new year. Sleep right, sleep tight, sleep all night. Go to ghostbed.com/drinking-bros. Get in on the deals, my man. They're carrying them over. I don't know how long they're going to last, actually. But the bundle packages are up and at them right now. And you get still getting the $300 off a mattress and the free pillows, man. That's the best of all time. And in 2019, they're still doing the pay-as-you-go program, 36 months, no interest. Fuck off. That's the greatest deal on the planet. Love ghostbed.com/drinking-bros. Thanks for doing it, guys. We love you. Next up, we've got StrikeForceEnergy.com. Strikeforce Energy is the premier energy drink in the biz. Look, it's 2019. If you're still drinking out of a can, you're living in the past. Are we in the Jetsons era? What? The Jetsons? Oh, were they 2020? 2019? I don't know. Were they? I'm trying to remember. In the year 2000. Nope, Conan. No, I know. I'm just saying. Yeah. Space Odyssey 2001. No. I don't think there was anything 2019. All right. Well, if not, we're living in it now with Strikeforce. No cans.
4 amazing flavors, a tasty tiny little tin pouch full of energy that you can keep on you everywhere. You can keister it. A lot of people have been keistering it, you know?
Yeah, you put a tiny pinprick in it.
Yeah.
Keister it, and it will slowly go into your bloodstream. It's all the kids are doing it. It's called the Strike Force Challenge.
Yeah.
Look it up. What?
Do you imagine? Hashtag Strike Force Challenge.
Okay, the guy that did the gummy bear up the keys.
He did a full Jello shot up his asshole.
Full Jello shot.
I was doing that live show in Philadelphia.
He'd be game.
Yeah.
To do the Strike Force Challenge.
Man, I would love to see it. Look, pick up pick up a fucking 10-pack then. Try it. 10-pack, 40-pack, whatever.
Just a little pinprick.
Get little pinpricks.
1 or 2.
Put it right up your asshole.
And
then,
just go about your day.
Yeah.
Work out. Go for a run.
See how much energy you have. Go to CrossFit.
Go to CrossFit. Feel that burst of energy when it and it will go right into the bloodstream. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, strikeforceenergy.com, promo code revolution, 20% off. They've got a subscription of the month club, which we all have, and it's nice. Looking forward to some Strike Force here in a little bit.
Okay.
I really am. I keep staring at your box, and I'm like, man, I want a fucking pack of that right now.
For the video show, he's not staring at my box.
Your box is Strike Force.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if you're just listening on the audio, there is a box of Strike Force in front of my computer. Don't get any ideas. I've just been staring at your box.
Subscribe to the video show on YouTube. Do it for the new year. That's what everybody's doing now. Last but not least, we got straightrazors.com.
Ooh, that's a clean cut. Smooth.
Yeah. Do it. Do it.
You like it?
Yeah. If you're wondering why that wasn't as loud as normal, it's because Jessie's got headphones on today. Sorry about it.
Yeah, I don't have my hair down.
Yeah, I like it. You look great.
I've got a pigtails, which I always ask. I guess it's like the color up thing. Will people tell you when you're too old for pigtails?
Pigtails. I would.
You would?
Yeah, I'll tell you. You're a young gal, so you got a ways to go.
Spry. I am an elder millennial.
Are you?
I am on the older side. Yeah,
sure.
And a cusper, if you will.
Yeah, a millennial cusper.
So basically, not one.
Sure.
But
sure.
But in some articles, they say my year. Some it's 2 years. Do you know what I mean? It's like sometimes
real hazy.
It's real hazy if I'm young or not.
Yeah, I understand it.
Especially with these filters that they have.
Yeah.
Gosh, you can just be any age, huh? Isn't that great?
You can keep your youthful look at straightrazors.com. Get a nice clean shave like myself. They got look, this mustache wax has been on this beast all fucking month. Look at how thick this thing has gotten, by the way. It's
the only way if you do still want to kiss ladies.
Yeah.
Or men without facial hair.
You gotta wax it.
You've got to use the beard oil, right?
No, I use the mustache wax to keep this bad boy down.
So no oil in there. It must like soften it then too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it lays it down.
Got it.
Beard oils, that's for big boys.
Oh.
Can't grow a beard. Right. It's real patchy, real Ashton Kutcher-y.
Okay.
Can't do it. But I can grow the thickest mustache you've ever fucking seen in your life.
Sure.
I can grow a Sam Elliott.
That is true.
Weird. Can't explain it, can't describe it. Scientists have pondered it for years. Go to straightrazors.com if you're trying to keep a little upkeep for your shaving needs. Use the promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off. Last but not least, pick up When Darkness Falls. He doesn't catch it. At night she cries while he rides his steed. Go to Audible. Look, if you love this show, each book is on Audible. 6.5 hours worth of magic out of each one. When Darkness Falls, He Doesn't Catch It is still the highest rated book on Audible. It's fucking insane to me.
Amazing.
Yeah. You do the voices. We had an Oscar winner, a bunch of people, but whatevs. I want to dive into last night's fucking escapades on Netflix. Netflix has been on fire to me.
They really...
Even though I didn't like the Bandersnatch movie, and I get some emails from it, a lot of people felt the same way.
Okay.
But you have to admire the attempt of that, where you're just like, shit, man. At least you're doing innovative shit. I mean, it was pretty impressive attempt, I will say. And it was pretty seamless. Okay. I didn't like the routes that it went, but it was hard. The routes that it went. But it was hard.
Yeah.
It was a hard thing to pull off. So I give him credit for that. Bird Box, massive hit, which we talked about. And then last night, man, we watched two, if you listen to the show, that I'm a big music doc guy. That's my jam. Yours is murder. Mine is music docs.
Right,
So we watched two back to back. Last night's was AVICCI.
Yes.
And the DJ, who, to me, after watching that doc, first of all, it was amazing. I don't know if you're an AVICCI fan.
Good.
I was. And I told you a story last night how I write to music, and there was one script in particular that I listened to AVICCI, virtually the whole entire time. But I was a fan. I was unaware that he was creating original music on his own. So, like, to label him as a DJ was kind of unfair, Right. Where it's just like, hey, man.
Most of them are. It's just they aren't. Like Swedish House does that too.
Yeah.
And it's just that most DJs don't have breakout hits that actually cross over from their world to, like,
mainstream.
MTV or, mainstream.
Yeah.
So I think, and anyone that is a DJ or knows about that world is like, they do make their music, but it's weird because if your computer goes down, you don't have that, you know what I mean? You don't have that music anymore. Or something
I like how they
this.
left that in last night.
Yeah, because you have to.
He shows up at Ultra, which in Miami, it's a big festival. Yeah. It was Ultra, right?
Mm-hmm.
He shows up at Ultra, and I just need
didn't have enough space. He needed to put it on a flash drive. Just put it on an empty flash drive. I just need a fucking
empty flash drive, and you're just like, man. And he's just holding this laptop. And you're like, that's so...
With, like, the drive on it.
Oh, yeah.
And you're just like, oh, God, dude, I get it. But, musicians, like, they haven't caught up to the point where musicians are like...
Well, it's not like, Joe Perry walking on stage saying, I don't have my guitar.
Exactly. Well, you don't need like a lot of technology to work for your guitar to play. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, it turns out you do. And like, it was surprising because I didn't know he worked with Coldplay and did that song, which was a massive hit as well for Coldplay. But Chris Martin was on. Because first of all, if you watch this AVICCI doc, this motherfucker had cameras on him. This documentary crew was with him his entire life, it felt like.
It made me be like, do I need to start filming now for my documentary in 10, 20? Do you know what I mean, though?
I'll tell you why after this. Because I have a theory behind that, by the way. But when you watch it, you're like, the amount of footage they have on him is impressive. You really get to see every last stitch of his life. And to his family and friends, I'm sure it's amazing. When I saw it, I was like, Jesus Christ. Because I was a fan anyways. Mm-hmm. And then I watched this. Now I'm an even bigger fan. And I was like, fuck, man. The guy probably was a genius. Like,
right.
There's so many people. And you watched how he worked. And you were like, all right. Because you were in the studio with him. So it wasn't like there was 50 producers or sound engineers or all that stuff. It's kind of just him. And you were like, man, that's amazing. Mm-hmm. But being filmed like that constantly with somebody who had anxiety like he did, I think me personally, that probably only added to it. If you have cameras on you all day long like that, it only...
Your sense of reality definitely gets skewed for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, look, I've been on long shoots where... I mean, we'll just bring up like Accepted, for example, because it was a really long shoot. It was like, I think 3.5 months or whatever it was, right? So was the New Guy in that sense, but technology had changed between the New Guy and Accepted enough that it was just like, all right, people are following you around with cameras all day. Mm-hmm. So there's this thing called EPK, which is like behind the scenes, or BTS, either one. Behind the scenes, where it's like they hire, the studio will hire people and they'll try to get bonus footage for the DVDs and all this shit. Like, What they used to. That well, they still do, I guess. I guess it's like a digital bonus now, but there was 3 guys that just walk around and just film you all day. After the first month, you forget about that they're there. I would say, I'll say this though, I avoided them altogether. Like, I just would rather focus on what I was there to do rather than chit chat with the cameras all day.
I think because we had that on range 15.
Yes.
And I think I definitely avoided as well. I was like either working on something or,
yeah.
I don't know.
I just
same kind of thing where I was just like, I need to focus on what I'm doing, and I can't really like have a
no
like interview with you right now. I had one at the end on the last day of shooting.
Right.
The guys that were doing the documentary kind of caught me at a moment where I was like, okay, I'll talk.
Yeah. I try to avoid it at all costs, but like even thinking back on it now, even to accept it at range 15 or any of that shit, like if I see them coming, I get out of the way. And like that makes me anxious of like, man, I'm here doing something else or a job or whatever. For an anxious person like that, like AVICCI, with those cameras following you all the time, to me, that only adds to it where you're just like, man, I don't want to. How many times does that guy probably say, I don't want to be filmed right now?
Yeah. Can you just go like, I don't want to be filmed, whatever. Or the angle's really low. You could tell that the guy just like put the camera there.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a, yeah,
sometimes you're only capturing dialogue.
Fighting on the phone. And so you kind of like put the camera low so you can kind of get it, but they don't feel like they're being filmed. Whoever filmed it was fucking great. I mean,
yeah.
And again, they had crazy drone shots. It
was amazing. Really great documentary all the way around.
It was really good. And knowing what happened to him ultimately was a really different experience watching it.
Yes.
So as you watch it, you're just
Did you know? I knew, obviously, but did you know?
I knew he had died, yeah.
But you didn't know that he killed himself? Or
I did, but I didn't know if it was like accidental overdose or I didn't know exactly what it was.
Right.
I didn't really remember. So I was watching it knowing that, he ultimately dies, however.
Yeah.
And that kind of brings up what I was saying before of keeping people around you that aren't being paid. Either a family member or something. You need somebody there that isn't on the payroll.
Right.
So that they were getting him out of the hospital to go do a show. If there was a family member there that wasn't on the payroll, he would have stayed in the fucking hospital. You know what I mean?
Sure.
No, you're not going. You're going to die. Do you know what I mean?
Well, look.
Stuff like that.
The odd thing about it to me was he did take a break, and then when he had a break, he killed himself.
No, he retired.
Well, sort of. He retired from performing out at venues, but he was still recording music.
He was still recording music, and you never know what was going on, if they were like wanting him to go back out. Did he not play any shows? Like
he didn't, and the place that he killed himself in was like Oman, which I don't really know.
Right.
I think it's in the Middle East, maybe near Turkey or something. But it was like some resort there, and he was there for 4 days, and I heard he was alone. Like, because I remember when the story popped up of when he died, and I heard he was alone.
When you have that kind of anxiety, right? It's like you're not happy doing the shows, and you're not happy not doing the shows, but you're not taking care of what it is that's not making you happy. You think it's different things.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it really is just yourself. Yeah. Like if you took the right medications and you got medicated, you probably would have a great time playing shows, or whatever it may be. I know that it actually did look like a fucking nightmare. His schedule and the thing of just like, it was just the same. It was just a loop of like club kids coming at you, Asians handing you babies. That would really, it would get to anyone, I think. And so if you have any anxiety issues, unmedicated, which it seemed.
We did a 3-day tour in Colorado, and people were exhausted after day 2, where it was just like, I
couldn't do it anymore. They
I don't
wouldn't
know how.
hang out with people.
Yep. No, I don't. I don't know how. Yeah. After 3 days. This guy was doing like 1,000 concerts around the world, and it was just like
2 years.
Boy, I don't know how you get through that. I mean, you're super rich at that point. Let's face it. But I also thought back to Post Malone, where you watch this doc and he's constantly sleeping or trying to get sleep, or he just looks exhausted. And I get it. And then Post Malone gets Always Tired tattooed underneath his eyes. I felt, after watching that doc last night, I felt like that's probably what happened to Post Malone after all of this, after Rockstar came out and he exploded, where he's doing 1 million gigs all over the earth now, and he's fucking exhausted.
And if you aren't, Post Malone seems like he can maybe handle it a little bit better. And he definitely, AVICCI was different in that it was like, his manager said he was a kid, he was in school, and then all of a sudden, just right after that, super famous.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't have that idea of like Post Malone kind of seemed like he struggled quite a bit for a while.
He's really young. Post Malone's really young.
He is really young, but I don't think... He didn't go to college, probably, right?
No.
So I think he had enough years from school to being famous that he was struggling a little bit, or had some kind of normal life, or... No?
I want to say he was 19 or 20 when White Iverson came out. I just think it depends on the individual. And look, I look at Avicii, and to me, watching that doc, he didn't seem, like that off the rails or whatever. It was just, maybe he was. We looked up later because he had that pancreatitis. Mm-hmm. We looked it up later. That's, was brought on by drinking, excessive drinking and all that shit. But look, if you're a fucking DJ, whew, that's all it is. I mean, people are just bringing you fucking drinks all day.
Yeah.
So.
And you're not drinking water or taking care of yourself or sleeping.
Right.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah. Either way, that was fascinating. And then we watched one the night before, which was not. And that was the Netflix
done
Ridge.
Really well, but
yeah, it was Jam Master Jay from Run DMC.
We just cannot figure out why he got killed?
So he was murdered.
Who would want to kill him?
I don't want to say 17 years ago at this point, I think, and they hadn't solved the murder. I'd heard a bunch of rumors that it was drugs or gambling debt or, he
was just in the wrong...
an insurance policy. And then so we watched the doc, and I told you that going in, and sure enough, all of those came up. And God damn it, man. What a two stark contrasts. You want to look at two just different life stories about that, like fucking A. Yes, no wonder. And who was it? Reverend Run. He didn't even do the documentary.
He didn't even do the documentary.
Because he knew who fucking killed him.
He don't want to get back involved in that. He has family, kids. He's on the cooking channel.
Yeah.
You can't mess up that fucking gravy train.
And whenever it starts off with people saying like, well, the police didn't look into this, and I don't think,
it's all about just not being taken care of, and
the
nobody
police
cares
or whatever
about us.
And then you watch the doc, and you're like, all right, well, no one.
They tried.
There was 5 people in the room where he died.
They interviewed all of you motherfuckers.
Yeah.
They kept trying. No one would say fucking shit.
Yeah, and then
guess what?
So the first 20 minutes of the doc starts off with "fuck the police." They never do anything for us. They never do anything for the neighborhood. And it was like,
if it's a black rapper, they just don't even try. They let us kill ourselves.
Yeah. And then at the end of the doc, it's like, well, I mean, that's the streets.
That's
like,
the streets. We couldn't say anything.
Snitch.
But they need to find out.
But they need to. That's what they get paid to do.
I can't tell them. I know.
I can't. And it's just like,
I shouldn't have to tell them.
There's 5 witnesses in the room. There's 5 people there. 2 people came in the door. And homegirl was asking, the receptionist was asking for witness protection program.
So she could say.
Yeah.
Who it was.
But she knew who it was already. And the police were like, hey, man, one of these people's in jail for 17 years. The other one, like, we're not paying for the rest of your life for you to be in witness protection program, put you in a house and all that shit. Like,
right.
Just tell us who fucking did it, because we don't give a shit at this point. So I think it's a little bit of all of the above. I think everybody knew who fucking did it in that goddamn thing. But watching it, it was done really well. You're right. But it was hard.
It was frustrating.
It's frustrating because you were like, God damn it. You guys all know who did this. Like, just shut the fuck up.
But they also started out, in the beginning, it was like, he was so nice. He was so great. Everybody loved him. We can't figure out who would want to kill him. And then it was like as it went on,
it was like, well, he was in debt and he needed to sell coke.
And he started selling coke and he started selling drugs. And you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Well, you just buried the lead because the whole first movie, the whole first part of the movie, I'm thinking this great guy that's like doing stuff for the community and staying in his hometown and opening his music, production there. Yeah. And then it's like, oh.
Yeah. Well, that's how
you got me to watch. Yeah, you got me to watch half because if I'd have known that,
and
I don't want to watch. And
at the end, it's like everybody knew who did it at that point, and you're just like, come on, guys. So we really need to stretch this out for an hour and a half.
And it's cool if you don't want to say anything, right? Listen, if you're really scared for your life, it might have been an hour.
But
if you're scared for your life, don't say anything. That's fine. But then don't turn around and say they're just
fuck
not
the police.
Fuck the police. Yeah. They're not doing anything for us. Oh, I bet they've asked you 1,000,000 times though, and you can't be. Don't get off me.
Yeah,
go figure it out. but you were there. You were right in the front.
Like,
no, I can listen. You don't care about us. I don't know. So that one was frustrating for sure. And really, to be honest, the AVICCI one was a little bit frustrating for me as well. It was just hard to see someone. You could tell how alone he was, surrounded by people. And, that's like the Britney Spears syndrome or whatever it is, where you're surrounded. He had 10, 15 people around him at all times. Not one person really gave a shit about him.
Yeah.
And so that's hard to watch. And he's like screaming out, being like, dude, I can't fucking do this anymore. Or I'm going to die or whatever. Or I'm in pain or whatever.
Sure.
And nobody's listening. They're kind of propping him up, Britney Spears style.
Yeah.
Just get out there and do it, bud. You know what I mean? Just one more show.
It's tough to know that famous. There's a doc that's coming out for ESPN. I saw some of the highlights of it today. It's a 10-part series on LeBron James. And it's called like More Than Basketball or something like that, or More Than an Athlete, I think. And they're going behind the scenes of his life and all of his best friends, who one of them is now like this business mogul and he's a talent agent and all this other shit. And, he's made a shit ton of money and all. And it's sort of the same story where he's with his friends, same as AVICCI, brought them up and they went out with him, whatever. And it was like, if AVICCI or LeBron James wasn't great or making all of this money and all of this shit, would those people be there? I don't know. And that was brought up in the AVICCI doc. And
I don't think
because the manager was like, man, what these people don't understand about doing all these gigs and all this shit is if he's not rich and famous, these people probably leave him. And I would probably say the same with the others. It's hard to know who your real friends are when you get famous that young, where it's just like, shit.
Yeah.
It's got to be a beast. It's got to be a fucking beast.
And that's why I'm saying it was frustrating, because you saw this young kid just being, shuffled around and taken out of the hospital before he was supposed to. And, the nurses come in and they're telling him to stay. Yeah. And all his people are around like, well, what do you think you need to play this show? Do you know what I mean? Doctors keep coming in. They keep showing doctors being like, well, we kind of really recommend you stay here. And then and he's just asking them,
yeah,
what do I need to play the show?
Yeah.
Because he knows that many people are whatever.
Strange.
Where was his mom?
They were talking on the phone. That was another one.
And it was weird. It kind of seemed like she was like not wanting him to. She
seemed like a normal mom, or it was just like, hey,
I don't know,
stop doing that shit.
They stopped filming, but he seemed like he was kind of explaining to her why he had to, and she might have been saying, we don't know what she was saying, but she could have been saying, are you sure, blah blah blah, or she was saying, but he kept having to say it to her because da da da, because da da da. So was she saying...
I think she was saying, why do you have to do any of this?
Why do you have to do any of it?
That's my guess.
You would think that would be normal.
Yeah. And when you're making that much money, I'd be curious to know what his take home was. Because when you're doing appearances like that, I remember those top DJs were getting like $1 million a month at in Vegas. So for a residency,
he was getting $1 million for each one of those shows or something. And I think he was booked for 10, and he canceled whatever 8 of them.
Yeah, man, crazy. You got a crime corner here for the new year.
What already? What?
First show of the new year, and you have a crime corner. I
don't really know if it's that much of a crime. But it was.
What?
So John Brawley, Detective John Brawley, brought this to my attention. So mother accidentally sends her 5-year-old son to school with a blow-up sex doll for the nativity play.
Whoa.
So, I mean, is it a crime? No. It's frowned upon.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
Are you going to jail for it? No.
No.
But it's a social crime.
Whoa, did you just get choked up here on your own?
Something was in there. But anyway, a mother says she was mortified after she mistakenly sent her 5-year-old to school with a blow-up sheep sex doll. So she got it off Amazon, and it came with a free blow-up sheep. So it was like the shepherd's outfit on Amazon, and then there's like a free blow-up sheep.
That
comes with it. And the teacher sent him back home and was like, you can't have this. And the mom was like, why? So after blowing up the sheep, she found there's a big hole in the back, and it has eyelashes and a mustache and red lips.
On the back of the sheep for you to fuck?
On the face of the sheep, once you actually blow it up, it has eyelashes, a mustache, red lips, and then in the back is a big hole.
Wow.
Yeah.
So did the child blow this up at school, and that's how they found out, or?
I guess. I mean, the mom still was like, what? I mean, why are you sending it back? And then upon further inspection at home, she found that it was a sex doll. I'm going to put a picture up because the picture is
on the video show. Yeah.
Is everything.
Yeah.
As far as really understanding what was going on here.
Yeah, I'm going to need visual evidence of this. And so who is in the wrong here? Amazon or her? Did she accidentally buy this?
Amazon took it down and apologized. That the seller didn't really explain what it was that well. So they billed it as like a kid's shepherd outfit with free thing. They didn't say at all that it was sexual.
Gotcha. Because this leads me to a lot of questions. Is that part of the sexual nightmare or fantasy, if you will? My nightmare is that when you fuck a sheep, you must be dressed up like a shepherd.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I go to ISIS. First of all, I go to Middle Eastern people.
Sure.
Fucking sheep. Like that's where I go first. I don't automatically go shepherd. Maybe I should. Like maybe that's on me.
Yeah. Kind of like a biblical sex game.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Anyways, the kid loves
sheep,
the toy, and the mom can't get it away from him. So she
what's her job as a mom to throw in the fucking garbage?
Right. This happened right before Christmas. So she's going to make it disappear and say that the elf on the shelf took it.
And this is an exact quote from her.
Yes.
Okay.
Because she was being interviewed. This is in Scotland, so they're a lot cooler, funnier. So when she's being interviewed about this, she's kind of laughing because it's funny.
That was my next question of where is a shepherd outfit plausible still? Because there's no shepherds here in America. But Scotland, yes.
No, they do. It was for a nativity play.
Yeah, okay, but still.
So, if they were doing that, they did that play here somewhere at a church. So it's like you get the outfit for your kid, and you usually just have the outfit. But this one came with a bonus.
Sheep. Yeah. Yeah.
And so she added that on. You know, at the bottom, customers also bought, right? Yeah. So add all of this. You can get 3 of these for, and it's like 26.
Yeah. And you're like, I'll do it.
Add it on.
Give me the AA batteries.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that was kind of what happened. And they just pressed add that sheep on because how fun. Shepherd the sheep around.
Sure. And that was that was a great crime corner to start off 2019.
No one's getting arrested, but again, frowned upon.
Good old fashioned fun.
Social crime.
Yeah. Good old fashioned fun is what I say. I want to talk about that sex doll we bought for Drinking Bros.
Okay.
So upon further review, in case you listen to the sister show, Drinking Bros, that I host, we put the doll together, and it turns out it comes with a USB pussy on it that you can, if you plug it in, it'll heat up.
No.
Yeah.
Gosh, how great.
It'll heat up the hole. And
there's some Westworld type stuff going on at the office, I bet,
I'll take it a step further. Somebody, and I don't know who, what, why, I'm going to get to the bottom of this in the new year, said, hey, man, you guys didn't get the one with the replaceable pussy. And I was like, I'm sorry? And they were like, yeah, there's one you can pull out and you can pull it out.
Put it in the dishwasher.
Exactly. And then put another one in while the other one washes and... So, yeah, you can always have one on deck, right? Essentially. Yep. Go ahead and let that sink in, James.
So stupid.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm sorry. Were you...
Use the sheep.
Should I have spent the extra $200 on that? Because that's what you were wanting to happen? Or... Yeah. Weird.
And for that office, I feel like you should have gotten one for each person that's going to use it, and then do the little Sharpie initials for whose is whose, right? Because you don't want to be you don't want to be using it and turn it around and it's JT on there.
Yeah, you don't want to be second or third in that
and
train.
not D'Anthony.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
You don't want to switch those up.
No. You don't.
Use your own.
But the doll itself was surprisingly lifelike. For the top part, like the rest of it was the legs were really small.
Well, they were great size. I would love to have those legs, but they were very straight, no shape. And then the toes.
It came with a French manicure on the fingernails and the toenails. By the way.
Yeah, because if you're
wasn't something I had ordered.
Sure, but if you're into sex dolls,
right?
My guess is you're not the classiest. I don't know how to say it, but you may still be into a French manicure, if you will.
Whose decision was that at corporate to say, "Hey, when we're selling these sex dolls, make sure they have French manicures"?
Porn stars still have French manicures.
Yeah, but you expect that from them. So I guess maybe that's bleeding over into the sex doll industry where it's just like, all right,
I'm sure.
I want to fuck a porn star. They all have French manicures. Maybe we can put these on the doll. And that's kind of our tradesies on that one. But yeah, I was surprised by that. Also surprised by the height. So a lot of my friends who we'd ordered this with were like, I couldn't fuck this. And I said, why? What's the big determining factor? And they were like, the height. And I was like, what? I guess the doll was only like 4'2".
Why?
Yeah. And that's what I said. I said, look, you're going to fuck a doll anyways. And they were like, well, I would prefer it to be like a lady, like a nice, like 5'10", 5'5" doll. And I was like,
both of those are way taller than me. So thank you. Yeah.
Not me. I'm not fucking the doll.
I'm just saying, you want it to be a nice height of a lady.
Well,
5'10".
The average female height for a U.S. American woman is 5'6". So
no, that can't be true.
Yeah, it is. Men is 5'10", 5'10 and a half. So weird, but true. Either way, if you're going to fuck a doll, what do you care how tall it is? What are you going to do with the legs? You still have to get the legs out of the way.
Well, I guess if you're, yeah.
So I think they were making it easier. Now that I think about it.
Because I think it might feel small. Like, that's like kid size, dude.
So that's what my buddy said. He goes, dude,
you want it to feel like a grown
woman, he goes,
right?
I have daughters, younger daughters. And he goes, I don't want to feel like I'm fucking my daughter. And I was like, whoa.
Right. Or your daughter's doll.
Yeah.
Like, you feel like you're fucking a doll.
But here's the other caveat to that is it's not going to be standing up. You can order some that stand, but you've got to get the plates. They screw into the bottom of the feet, and
No, I think that's right. They should be at least 5 foot.
Well, but here's the thing: if it's not standing up, anyways, what do you care?
Because you can feel how short it is. You like try and wrap a leg around; it's just like a little doll leg. Do you know what I mean?
Here's my thing: if you're fucking a doll to begin with, height is the least of your concerns.
This goes without saying, but if I must have the conversation, which I'm already pissed that I am, if you must have the conversation, then yes, it should be. If you're trying to have a little bit of a fantasy, it should be at least the size of a woman.
Yeah.
You don't want anything. It's just like bad acting, I don't want anything to take me out of it.
Sure.
And so that small leg, that could really take you out of your zone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you got a weird leg that's kind of veering off to the right, kind of wonky.
Right, and it's really small and short.
Yeah. AVICCI's net worth, by the way, is $85 million. And this is according to Celebrity Net Worth. I don't buy any of these. They're up for every celebrity, and it's just they're always wrong. So it did say in 2014 alone he earned $28 million. So maybe that's possible.
Okay.
Maybe. But if it hypothetical, let's say he was worth 85. What the fuck do you care at that point? Just walk away.
He was trying.
I know, but they kept saying on the phone, "Hey man, you still need to stay rich and famous. You've 85 million. You're rich forever.
And
it does
you
not matter."
hate it?
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't want to get back into it, but like that's what I'm saying. There's everyone around him.
Yes. Yeah.
That needed the train to still be going. And that's the problem. Should Britney have retired? Probably. She should be fucking done. She hates it. She's propped up on drugs.
Oof. Man.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's not that into it anymore.
Yeah.
She hates doing interviews. Go be with your fucking kids. Why can't you? Because everyone's making you feel like, no. No one would be like, yeah, you're good. Relax.
No. Strange, right?
Not really, but
ugh, boy. Either way, we're gonna get to the revolutionary figure of the day now, shall we?
We shall.
Look, since it's January 1st, bringing in the New Year's. I always wonder. One of my best friends is born on January 1st, and it's always weird. I always send him that New Year's text. It's
right.
Brad.
Okay.
It's Brad McMahon. I always send him that text like, "Hey, buddy, happy birthday, love you." But it's such an afterthought. Everybody's raging on New Year's Eve. And then you're hungover on all January 1st. Like, nobody wants to go to your birthday party on January 1st,
Yeah.
So you make it New Year's Eve, which is cool. Like, I've celebrated many New Year's with him. And it's like, hey, Brad, happy birthday. Awesome.
Sure.
But, it's also New Year's. And
it's like,
you really got boned in that category.
Yeah, no one's after the initial happy birthday, no one's really...
No.
Into your birthday anymore.
Nor can you have a party or a dinner or whatever, because it's got to be a New Year's dinner, New Year's party, and you're like, right. it's totally your thing. It's like being born on Christmas, where you're just like, no, it's
right.
It's good.
Nobody's wearing birthday things. It's all 2019, right?
Exactly.
And you're like, no.
And you start lying to the Christmas birthdays, like, I don't know, that one gift under the tree is your birthday gift, and then the others are for Christmas. So congratulations. It led me to look up famous birthdays for January 1st for celebrities. And I'm going to be honest, this one's going out to Vern Troyer.
Oh, gosh.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Vern.
R.I.P.
No one went harder on New Year's than Vern Troyer. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was born on January 1st.
My God, double whammy, double excuse.
And he died. Look, he died in 2018. So,
there you go.
This is for him.
I like
this
that.
is Vern's year.
I like that.
I'm still going to celebrate Vern Troyer's birthday. Mini me.
Okay.
Mini me.
Lots of pictures of Vern.
Just all over the office, all over my walls, everywhere.
That was the one takeaway from his death is, gosh, a lot of people met him, huh? And took pictures.
Oh, everybody.
Like, everyone I know had a picture with him to post when he died.
Whenever a celebrity dies,
Yeah.
you're leaping through your phone hoping you've got a picture with him. And you're just like, oh, did I?
You had that one of Hernandez.
Yeah, Aaron Hernandez. That was a money one. I don't know how you beat that, to be honest with you.
You can't.
OJ, maybe.
Yeah.
That's about it. But Hernandez, not only did he kill a bunch of people, but then he killed himself. And you're like, yo. I got to see, we chatted with him. Strange.
Yeah.
But it's a great pick.
Oh, totally.
Vern Troyer. Happy what would have been your, holy shit. Vern Troyer would have been 50 years old.
Ah, gosh, he had a good little run.
Good little run, didn't he?
He had a good little run for all his issues and stuff.
Happy what would have been your 50th.
Including the alcoholism.
Yeah. All of it. Well, Jables, bringing in the new year.
We really are.
Go to Amazon right now. Buy all your flapper gear for next year because you're partying your face away.
Great Gatsby. Roaring 20s party.
Oh, it's going to be a blast, isn't it?
Clink, 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 clink.
Just a bunch of useless white girl boomerangs.
Boomerangs.
Yeah.
Nothing I hate more than a fucking girls' night out boomerang.
The worst.
No lips. Nope. No lip boomerang. Out of the house. Mom's night out. Gonna be a lot. Well, the thing is, I'm just jealous I can't do it. So a lot of those next year.
You still have full lips. You're good.
No, I'm jealous of being able to go out, and I mean, it's going. Yeah. It will be gone by next year, I'm sure. But yeah, I'm jealous of all of it. To be able to go out and boomerang all night, I want to fucking boomerang the night away. I can't do it, so I'm making fun of you. Sorry. I'm just jealous. I'm always just jealous.
Whenever I laugh this hard, my smile is so big and cheesy, like I have to physically cover my face.
Really?
I can't, yeah.
I love to make you cover your face then.
For Jessie Wiseman, a.k.a. the Jables, I am Ross Patterson. I hope 2019 is a good one for you. This is The Revolution. Subscribe on YouTube. We love you. Bye.
Bye.